Hello, everybody. I'm waiting to see if Emma waves her hand to see if we're live on the other ones. We are. All right. Welcome to Farmhouse Fabrics. And today, my name is Sally. And today, Regena Karasch is back. And is she a stranger to you? Well, because she's been gone since Christmas.
I've been on a hiatus here.
Yeah. But I can't wait for her to tell. She's going to have to get out her diary and tell us where all she's been.
Yeah, that'll be really exciting, Sally. You guys
I'm going to be looking at the sneaky parts. But, oh, Regena.
Yeah, well, I probably won't be any of those. So.
Well, not at this age, maybe, but
no.
I bet there was a time now. I bet
there was too. I never kept a diary because nobody's going to know what I did.
You know, that's funny because
it had blank pages.
My mom and dad, well, I'm part of the baby boom, you know, having babies after World War II, and they wrote to each other faithfully during when he was in the war, and they said, but we burned all of our letters. Because
I
we
can imagine that
I
one.
thought, oh my goodness.
I did find a couple of those that I had kept because John was on the ship and gone in the Navy, and I sat and read those and I just died laughing. I was like, oh please Lord, don't let anybody ever find these. Because he will not be happy.
I would have liked to have found some, but they were like, oh no, we don't want people to read anything that we wrote to each other.
Know what we were talking about.
Yeah. But my mom kept a diary for, I bet she did it for 30 years. She wrote, but it wasn't anything that you would be embarrassed to read, but it was so interesting to go back and read because it's really the history of the family. And so she would, every day she would sit down. She was really quite a good writer.
Yeah, that's neat.
And she wrote to all of us kids that when we lived away, but you know, it was neat to say, well, Sally finally took a bath without me asking. Well, and you're like, okay, how old was I? Oh my goodness.
Let's see, I don't want that to be when I was 17.
I know. But that was probably the most risque thing that I could find in there.
I know, my mother actually writes a lot of stuff. Like where she goes.
Oh, does she?
And every day on the calendar she writes and makes notes of who's doing what and all that stuff.
You need to save those calendars.
I know, she's got they're stacked up, I'm sure, because she's not gonna throw anything away.
Well, when my parents passed away, we all of the kids and the grandkids stood around and read them and looked at pictures. It was really
That's
special.
Fun.
It was fun.
That is neat.
So Regena, since yours wasn't risque, you can tell us what you've been doing since December.
Well, since December, I did the retreat in January. And then I came home and my husband and I have talked about downsizing the house, everything, property.
Oh, wow.
And so, you know, we live on 6 acres, so we don't need 6 acres. He can still keep it up, but he doesn't want to anymore. He'd rather be playing pickleball. So it's like, all right, well, then let's do it. Well, I got all gung-ho. You know, you tell me I'm going to do something, it's going to get done. Well, about halfway through this gung-ho stuff, I got the downstairs all the way to the kitchen and dining room. Everything is cleaned out of things you don't want, things you don't need. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to go upstairs and start on my sewing room because it was killing me. Because I wanted to get back to sewing, but I just couldn't get into it with so much stuff. Well, that's what I've been working on. And I was at home 3 days this week. I didn't leave the house. And so now I can open that door to that sewing room and it's like, oh, thank you, Lord. It is so good and so nice.
I know you've sold some sewing machines too, right?
I have sold sewing machines and I still have some more things to get rid of and just all kind of odd and end things that I just needed this, you know, when you stand there and look at the space you have now and you kind of visualize what size room this would go in if I moved all of it. And that's what I've been doing.
Wow.
And so it's like, okay, that would fit on a wall. This would be here. You know, I kind of know where it would go if I moved. And so that's what I've been doing. And it's still, I'm a long way off because everything that was in that room went down to the next room. And so it's getting closer to the staircase. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing.
That's what I just told Ariel. I've been trying to make some space here, and I said probably nobody can tell but me, but I feel like that little game we used to play that had the little squares and there's only one empty square, and you were just sliding everything
Keep
around.
moving
And,
it.
yeah, and
Yeah.
you still ended up with only one empty square.
Right.
That's kind of how I feel. But
Yeah.
then you've been on trips like your mom. I
I
asked how her
did.
mom was doing. Her mom was doing great.
Yeah, Mama's doing fine, and she and I took a little mini trip over to Alabama. First went to Georgia, and then on over to Alabama. I thought, well, we're not that far away from Alabama. Let's keep going.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's me. You travel with me, you're gonna tell
Yeah.
where you'll wind up. So we did. We went to visit Beth at Beth's Heirlooms, and she has a beautiful store, all heirloom stuff, and she had 9 dresses, heirloom dresses, for kids that are going to be in a ball.
Oh, wow. That she
Yeah.
has made
That
herself?
she made, yes. Oh my God, they
Wow.
were absolutely
She's
stunning.
That reminds me of Anna Marie at Peanut Butter and Jelly
Yes, that's
Kids.
what I said.
Oh
I'm
my
like, you're pumping it out
goodness.
like Anna Marie here, you know? I mean, I could not
know.
believe.
If you guys don't follow Peanut Butter and Jelly Kids, you ought to follow Beth's Heirloom Sewing, Peanut Butter
Yeah.
and Jelly Kids. It's so neat to see the kind of things they're making.
It was, and I mean, especially Anna Marie with all those
Oh, my
ruffles.
goodness.
She does the trails of Mobile, the maids of Mobile's dresses that are the ones that are big hoop skirt
Yeah.
things with 700 yards of ribbon on one dress.
Because every ruffle is like...
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah, it's
so,
amazing. I'm so impressed with what she does.
Yeah, and then Beth's were, I mean, these 9 dresses, and then
Beautiful,
she was
right?
working on the boys' little pages things.
Oh.
Satin, white satin and red satin shorts,
Oh,
white satin
wow.
shirts, and I'm like, oh, bless you.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
that I would hate for someone on that, but it was a fun trip. So we went over, spent the night, came back the next day. Then I went to Greenville to the Palmetto Pleaders meeting.
Because you
chapter
joined
meeting.
their
I
joined their chapter,
the
right?
second chapter.
Yeah.
And then I came back home, and then I went to Charlotte to go see the circus. And so we saw the circus this past Sunday. That was fun.
But your guild has set up a display at the
Evans
library in
Library,
Evans,
yes.
Georgia, which
Yes.
is in the Augusta area.
We have 2 cases there that are huge and with things that we've all made.
And it draws people to your group, doesn't it?
It does. We've had several members that had walked in the library and saw it, and then they contacted us. So yeah,
That's good.
that was good. And I told them, I said, well, somebody better get busy next year, because I think I have 16 things in that library. One case.
Oh,
16 garments, and I said, okay, you guys got to get busy and make some things for next year, because
You know, one of the Regina and I have discussed this and several times because it's just so neat. One of their missions is to supply garments to the hospital for the Wii Care program.
Right.
And so even if you don't belong to a specific group, you're able to contribute. But tell
That's right. You
tell
can
how
go
they
on
can do
the
that
national
and what that is.
smocking.org, and it's the National Smocking Association, and you can get free patterns. Even if you don't belong there, you can get free patterns for baby gowns, the NICU gowns. They're tiny, and you can make those gowns, and you can then, donate them to any chapter. And all the chapters are listed on there, so you can find one that's close to you or something.
Oh, that's neat.
I know that there was one in New York that just reached out that they really were in desperate need of gowns. And so if anybody's interested, look on the national thing or contact somebody on the board and ask where you could donate gowns to New York, and because they really need them.
Because the patterns are downloadable, aren't
Right,
they?
they're tiny, so
Yeah.
you could print them off on a couple sheets of paper, and so that's what we do. So that's our main focus.
And so you've been busy with your chapter too.
Our chapter, yes, we've been busy and getting all reorganized for the whole new year, and
And her daughter is getting older. Tell me what year
And
of
my
school she's
daughter
in.
is going to be graduating, and not
Can you believe it?
very far off. If you can
Yeah.
imagine little Kaylee all these years.
Yeah.
Now she's going to be 18 in April, and she's leaving tomorrow. I told Sally that she's leaving tomorrow for Michigan for a week by herself, and it's like, I'm more worried about that than I am getting her out of the house at
I
graduation.
said
It's
she's
like,
traveled all over the world. She said, yes, but with us.
not by herself.
Not by herself. She's going to do great. She's such a smart girl.
Oh, she is,
She's
but
a
she
smart
likes
girl.
to talk to everybody.
Oh.
And I keep saying, you don't talk to them. Even if they're nice, you don't talk to them.
Oh, that's
I say,
funny.
just
That's funny.
mind your own business. Say your mama's coming.
She's not only flying to Michigan, flying to Detroit. I'm from Michigan.
Yeah.
Flying to Detroit, that's pretty safe. When they're having real weather, a lot of times in that little area, it's not quite as bad. But then she's flying on to Traverse City, which is like, whoo.
Up in the upper part.
Yeah.
Because she wants to go in the snow. She's going to visit her friend.
So she's going to get to see some snow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
And
her friend keeps
we saw
talking
snow
about
around
it.
here.
And,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
how deep it is. And it's like, oh, my goodness. Okay, but she's prepared. We have all the winter stuff packed. And she'll be fine.
So if you
I
wonder,
keep telling myself.
wonder what all this weird stuff is right here. Regina often talks about how much she loves liquid starch.
Mm-hmm.
And so way back when she talked about it, I thought, well, I'm going to get some Stay Flow. I haven't used it yet. It's been here.
I started out with Niagara liquid. I found that on a trip somewhere. I was in the grocery store and I saw it, and so I bought like 6 bottles of the stuff, and I absolutely loved it. And so when I got back home, I kept buying it at the grocery store. Well, one day I went to the grocery store and didn't have any more. They quit making it, and so then it's like, what do I do now? You know. So then I went to Walmart and I found the Stay Flow. Well, I figured it was the same stuff that was in the other bottle, you know, basically, when you read the ingredients.
Right.
And so I bought this, mixed this up, and I loved it. I use it every time I start, you know, ironing, get sprayed.
Right.
Get sprayed numerous times. And I saw on Facebook, somebody said that theirs was flaky. Now, I don't know if you use the heavy starch, but I've never had it flake up. And
I've had some of the aerosols.
The aerosol stuff.
That flakes sometimes.
It always does.
Yeah.
And the minute you spray it and then you let it sit there a few minutes and you iron, it just all starts puffing up. You know, it comes off. And I hate that stuff. And the cans, you know, they get clogged up. The little thing on the top pops off. They fall on the floor easy. Yeah. So that's why I did not use spray starch.
But she has empty spray bottles from Niagara, so she just refills these.
I just mix this up.
But you know, you can get any little spray bottle and use a spray bottle. So I thought, because people were asking about it and they said, well, you know, I can't find Stay Flow anymore. And
I was shocked when I read that on Facebook. I was like, oh no, what now? And then Sally sent me a note and said she had this. So I was like, okay.
Well, I went on and they had like only one. They had one selection on Amazon, and didn't it say like $85? It was like something crazy.
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, what's our other option?
But, you know, they did the same thing when this went out. I went on Amazon to buy it, and it was like 14 times more than it was. It was only $2 at the grocery store, and they were selling like $25.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
So they have to be pretty simple ingredients, right? They've been using these since my grandmother's.
Or somebody.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm thinking.
I can remember my mother mixing this
up.
So
when I was looking at on Amazon, this called Linnet Starch Concentrated Liquid for easier ironing, contains no dyes and no bleach, and I thought, well, it wasn't very expensive, so I ordered it, and I thought, I'm going to show Regina, and we're going to pour it and see if it's the same color or whatever. So let's just see what we get here.
Here's our little starch demo for you.
Okay, it's a little bit milky, right?
Same thing.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It's the same.
Yeah, they're the same colors.
Look.
I just didn't pour as much, but
yeah, it's the same.
It's probably the same product. If they stop making here with this name, put it in that bottle. And
yeah. This has fewer ingredients, and
it's cleaner.
It's cleaner for all us environmental people that it matters to. And water, modified cornstarch, sodium borate, not sodium perborate, and contains fragrance allergens. So what does that mean? Fragrance allergens? I don't know. And that's all on the list. It may have
a smell to it. I don't know. Does it smell?
I don't know.
It has a little smell.
Well, it smells clean.
Yeah.
It does smell clean. But I was watching the video on it, and I thought, all right, because we're talking. It
smells exactly the same.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, smell.
Yes, it does.
Well, Sue says if you run your hand over the starch area after spraying it, it will push the starch into the fibers, no flaking or shine when you press it. And then Elaine says
if your hand is clean.
To Niagara website, they list what the substitute is for the spray starch. They don't make anymore.
Oh, that's interesting. Like you could make it yourself?
I guess so.
Pull out your cornstarch and probably my family did do it that way. But this is not very expensive. And but the interesting thing is, I know. I know. Or you give it to Kristen because she's
got-
making all those soaps and
yeah,
things.
that's right.
But they use it like if you say you were doing a bunch of linens, because this week we've talked about linens like napkins, and we talked about Jacquard, and so many of you answered that question. I'll bet 90% of you say you use cloth napkins a lot, and that surprised me.
Yeah.
I like cloth napkins too, but if you want to starch linens, and you can put this, like you can put whatever amount of load of you're gonna have. You put your you fill up your washer and put it on the soak cycle and put it in there, and then they tell you an amount to put in here. Let's say you're going to put in 2 cups, whatever, and then you soak it, and so that it goes into the fibers, and then you don't rinse it. You just run it through the spin cycle, and then you can press them.
Yeah.
And so you don't have to stand there and spray
Then they
starch.
come out, they're dry, and then you press them.
They're ready to they're ready to press. So, so many of you like linens. You might be interested in the starch.
Right.
Other people probably don't care, but I do know that when you're making a garment, like
it's starch,
Regena made a beautiful
starch.
little linen outfit to bring, and you put starch on it, it looks good.
Oh, it looks way good. It's finished.
Yeah, it looks
nice,
really
yeah.
nice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and I was thinking about this. Remember back, and I'm sure your mother did it too, for the guys' blue jeans, when way back when they soaked it in this stuff, and then they put it on stretchers.
Yeah, I don't think we did that though, but I do remember seeing it.
My mother did. My brothers and my dad, their jeans would stand up by themselves in the corner, when they came out of them. It's like, yeah, they were starched on those and stretched on those things, and then came off. That's interesting. They wore them.
We were talking about way back. My grandmother had this, but Regina remembers these too. Like I don't buy paper towels for my house. I buy them for the shop. But now that we have big dinners with families and stuff, I do bring them in there on Sunday. But I like to use a cloth towel, and so, but my grandmother had one of those. It was a big round.
I can tell you, it was a white machine about so big and so big.
But that was hers was that was in the bathrooms, like
those were in the bathrooms at
the service stations. They
like
actually
that.
had cloth.
Public bathroom.
They actually had cloth in the paper towel machine.
Roll.
Yeah, paper towel roll was cloth.
You pull it down and you wipe your hands, and the next person pulls it down and wipes theirs. Yeah.
But my grandmother had a great big round tube of it, and you'd wipe your hands off, and then the next person would come and they'd wipe their hands off on a clean part. And then they take it off and wash it.
Then you wash it, yeah. I used to say, I remember seeing trucks at gas stations loading those linens,
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Man. So, anyway, 2 old ladies here talking about the past, right?
Yeah, that's right. All those good
But
things.
some
are
of y'all
gone
might
now.
remember that. I don't know.
Yeah, those are the good old days when things have, now everything's throwaway. Like, how many trees did we just use this week in paper towels?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else
bring
you got
out
here?
bring your little
Oh,
dress.
my little linen
yes,
dress.
It's so pretty. Talking about linen.
This was from a class I took at the Smocking Convention in Charleston. This was a Kathy Awinder dress, and it's just the cutest little thing. I thought her pattern was really sweet. So if you ever have a chance to take a class with her, take it, because
Regina
she's
loved her
wonderful.
classes.
I did.
Loved
I took
them.
all 5 days of her classes, and this was my last project to do. So I got it all finished. And
Did she actually have tatting for you to put on?
No, I used my own.
Oh, okay. I'm like, man.
No, I used my own.
Yeah.
And but it has shadow work, and then the smocking here, and
We'll go to the
It's really,
overhead so
really
you can get a
cute.
close up, and the overhead works. The overhead camera works with Facebook and YouTube, and Instagram. We're using our phone, so we only have it front on. But let's see what we can do here. And do I need to get it
Come on,
closer?
a little closer.
Yeah. And I'll move out of the way so you can.
Yeah, so you can see the
Look
smocking
at
on both
that.
sides, and then the shadow work in the center.
It's so sweet. So did you have dots that you pulled up, or was it actually
No,
pleated
it was
with
pleated.
threads? It was pleated with threads. This is a darling little
The
delicate,
little design
right?
is so sweet, and yeah, this collar, I mean, this self-line collar was a bit of a booger to put on there.
Oh, was it?
Was like, okay, that's a little bit hard, but it went, and then little,
Was sweet.
yeah, and it just, I had not done one of those before, and I thought, let's try
Yeah.
this, you know.
That is so sweet.
Yeah, her classes are so fun, and she's so nice and laid back, and you just have a great time in her class. So
This reminds me of like an antique garment.
that's, as soon as I showed it to my mother, she goes, "That's an old-timey dress."
Oh,
Like old-timey, she's,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, Mom, it is. It came from when you were a baby.
oh.
Because I said it was a day gown, and she's like, "That's a dress," and I'm like, "Okay."
Oh,
You
but
come-
they were simple. You
They
know,
were simple. They didn't have a
simple.
lot, and so
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's just
very,
sweet.
very sweet. And so you use your spray starch on here
Oh,
because
yeah.
that's really nice.
yeah.
But you can throw linen in the washer and
You
just hang
can.
it to dry,
Yeah.
and it'll look like a pre-wash. You know, it'll look like
Several years ago,
yeah.
I had purchased 3 pair of linen pants, and I threw them in the washer and dryer, and I just got them out of the dryer, hung them up, wore them again. I mean, it's just kind of, they weren't real wrinkled. They just kind of had a puffy
yeah,
kind of thing to it, you
yeah.
know,
I
finish.
want to say a slouchy feel.
Yeah,
But
was.
it especially, you know, if they're made where they're a little bit more loose, you know, they look like they're supposed to be that
Yeah.
way.
But little
It
things.
says, beautiful dress. What is behind the shadow work?
Nothing.
The floss creates the. Oh, you mean
Yeah.
like do you
Is
wonder?
it covered up, or is that
do
what
you
she
wonder if
means?
it's
Nope, it's just stitched back there.
it's just stitched? So the blue floss. We'll get a little closer. How are we doing?
Denise said, such a sweet little dress.
It
Well
is.
done,
It
Regina.
is sweet. But blue and white is so
Oh, it's
wonderful.
one of my favorites.
Right?
So clean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's
so
the same way
pretty.
with I like blue, white, and yellow. Blue
Oh,
and
I do
yellow,
too.
I think it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. I like it too.
And I thought, oh,
So your little loops are
Loopies.
like button hole, or
Like
are they
tatting.
like crochet? Yeah, they're like crocheted, or are they like when you do
needle
that?
tat.
Oh,
That's what I do.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like the needle tatting, and
All
I've
right.
been practicing. So yeah,
Well, I'm
that's-
impressed.
that's what they
So
do.
impressive.
Oh yes, you know it, Sally.
That's pretty.
It is very impressive. There
That
you go.
is pretty. Well, another thing Regina and I want to talk about.
Well, let me show
Oh yes,
this.
let's
Since-
show this. This
Since
is. I was
I'm
going to talk
talking
about Joy Welch,
teachers,
but
yeah,
yes,
we're talking
yes,
about
yes.
this teacher. This was from Pam Armstrong's class. I'm gonna hold it up here so
Yeah,
you can see
yeah,
this little makeup
yeah.
sewing kit. She called it a sewing kit, and it could be anything. But she, in her class, she pleated these little dresses, smock dresses, and that went on the front of the case. And then,
Okay, so I'm going to go here, and I'm going to back it up a little bit so you can. You probably have to get.
we can
I've
show
kind of encroached
show it
on your
here.
area here.
that's the little smock dress, and this little smock dress, as you can see, is about 6 inches long.
Man.
And then she also had, and this is the inside of the case.
Oh.
I don't know where I'm going. Okay. Yeah. And
Oh.
Jane and I were dying laugh. Jane Seeley took this class. We took it together. And we made these, finished these together. And when we put these zippers in, she said, oh, I'm going to do fancy work in mine. I said, you go right ahead, sweetheart. I said, because when I got this baby done, I'm done. But she put little French knots in each
Oh
of
my
these things in here. I'm like,
goodness.
who cares? Who is going to look at that?
She went
So,
around in all this
All
the
this
lacy
little
edge
lace
zipper.
edge, yeah, this zipper. She
Okay,
put French.
Jane.
Yeah, I said,
Okay, Jane.
you got it. Go, girl. I think that's wonderful you did that, but I'm not doing it. And then
Okay,
this
then
was the
show
little
this
needle
little-
book
oh my
that went
goodness.
with it. And this was just the cutest thing.
It is cute.
It just opens up and it has the little scissors and a place for your needle and seam ripper, of course, because I always need that.
Oh, did you do
And-
this tatting?
No,
Oh, okay.
I ain't got that good, Sally.
Well,
I'm just doing
but
it.
you're working at it.
I'm working on it. Yep, I'm practicing.
Man, that's
I just
cute.
have too many things to practice and I only have
So-
2 hands. And
Who is the girl that had a whole quilt with these dresses? Is that
I-
the same? Not the same
no,
person.
not
is
the
it?
same person.
But you
That-
know what I'm talking about?
I just found 4 of those.
every square.
one was
Oh, you have them
finished.
at your house?
One was
oh,
finished.
Regina.
3 are not finished yet.
That's
So
something
I was
for you
going
to
do
do.
a wall hanging with these 4 blocks because they're big.
I've
But they've
never
got the
seen
most
anything
beautiful little
so
dresses on them.
precious.
And they'll be really great. And that will get finished because I'm going to take one thing at a time out of all my stacks and finish them.
That will be wonderful.
So it'll be a really pretty hanging. But these were just the cutest things. I couldn't get over it.
This is sweet. I love all the colors and everything. Did she have everything as a kit?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's pretty.
So yeah, that was
that's pretty.
A finishing project that I got done. When I put the zipper in, it didn't quite work the way I wanted it to, and so I went home and I had put it in at the retreat, and I went home and ripped it all out, took all the binding off, took the zipper out, and redid it, and then finished it, and it came out the way I wanted then.
Well,
so
it's pretty.
It's a cute little bag.
Yeah,
so.
it's perfect.
And then this bag is I'll have to step out just real quick right here and get the pattern because I brought it. I just didn't bring it in here.
Brenda Shade said
Brenda
had something similar.
Yes, Brenda Shade. That's it. That's it.
Nancy said Brenda Shade.
Yes, I loved hers. It was wonderful. Look at this bag. This is so awesome.
I didn't want to say the wrong name on this bag.
I know. This is really
Because I've made so
cute.
many by Annie, but this is not by Annie.
Okay, all right.
This is Auntie's 2 patterns, Camden bags, and this is what it looks like. And it's really fun to make.
Right, if
it's
you
not
lay
hard.
it down here, we'll go to the overhead just so you can see that pattern.
I'll take it out of the plastic because you can't see.
All right, we'll make it a little closer.
It's this pattern. And it's really fun to make.
Look at that.
I used a jelly roll for all the quilters out there. I used a jelly roll. It's a half a jelly roll. And then you iron on a batting that's fusible on both sides. And then you do it like bias strips. You fold it like a bias strip. And then you just start zigzagging the bias strips together.
Wow.
And you just keep going and going and going. Well, you make a big rectangle.
Right.
And then you form it to go around this bottom. The bottom is a like Peltex type piece
I can
of
feel
stuff
it.
that's hard.
Yeah.
And you go hand stitch it on there and then put your binding on it. And then put binding at the top. And
man, that's pretty.
And I mean, they're really nice. Jane made the one that was, this is the medium.
Oh, there's a bigger one.
Yeah.
Ooh, it would hold a lot of
It
stuff.
would hold it. And she made the smaller one, and the only difference in them, and it's probably the same with the other one, as you can probably tell, mine was 4 inches taller than hers.
Oh, but the width and everything the same?
was exactly the same. It was just taller. And so hers was a little bit shorter. And then, of course, I love buttons. So I was out here shopping for the buttons.
Yeah, that's cute.
And I love these flower buttons. I thought they just went perfect with it. So
That's very cute.
don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to stick it somewhere and put something in it, and that's how it's going to be. But it's like, okay. But this was a fun project.
I take bags to the grocery store, and I'm like, that'd be a good like throw over your shoulder when you just have a short little quick trip.
Yeah, I was going to say, Emma, you put something in this, you can't pick it up.
Oh, yeah.
It would get heavy in a hurry.
No kidding.
So
Don't put your milk in there.
yeah, no. But those are some
Man.
of my projects. So now we'll go on to
Well,
what we
I want to talk about Joy
Maggie,
Welch.
Maggie wants to know what the name of the pattern is.
It's
Okay.
Auntie's 2 patterns, and it says Camden bags.
And Auntie's is AUNTIES. 2 spelled TWO, patterns. In Camden, CAMDEN.
Yeah. You can see this up close here.
Leilani says she loves the bags, and Jeanette said she loves the colors.
Oh, yeah, I do
Yeah,
too.
the colors.
The colors are beautiful.
I like those.
Well, when you're in this business long enough, you see people that have built a very successful business, and they've decided they maybe want to retire.
Yeah,
And-
that happens.
And hadn't happened to me yet, but
I know, Sally. People keep asking me all the time, is Sally going to retire anytime soon? I said, I hope not.
my husband always, he'll just shake his head and say, no,
She'll be here
no,
forever.
yeah.
She has to.
What who sent me that? Now it's awful that I can't remember who sent me a oh, it's Christy. She said, "This reminds me of you." And she sent me a reel, and it was an old farmer was out working on his fence, and his son was like, "Hey, Dad, can you tell me what makes a person successful who's in business for themselves?" And he said, "Well, I say you work a half a day. You would just work a half a day." And he said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, just work a half a day." And he said, "I figure a day is 24 hours, so 12 hours a day is what I do minimum, 12 hours." And Christy said, "That sounds like you."
That's
and
Sally.
it's like, that's true. A lot of times I do
Yeah.
14. And so, but if you love it, it's like,
It's not a
okay,
job.
you know, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's why my husband said, she's not gonna go anywhere
She ain't
anytime
gonna
soon.
give it up.
No, I do. I like what I'm doing, and for the most part, I love all my customers.
She does.
Just don't give me a hard time,
Not.
because then even though
Sally
I
and
haven't,
I are just alike in that regard. If it's a hard time, you're off the island.
I-
I'm
yeah.
sorry, but
I
I'm.
haven't lived in Michigan a long time, but people still call me a Yankee, and so sometimes that comes out, you know. And so just have to know that if you want to try and find it, then it's there. It's there, buried somewhere. And that's one time one of my sons worked for me, and he told me I was not allowed to do to take any phone calls. He said, "You're not allowed to do customer service." But, you know, I can do customer service. I was very helpful yesterday to somebody.
This past week, actually, it was Sunday when we were driving up to Charlotte to go to the circus, and I don't know why this was in my head, but something about a type A personality. I don't know why I thought of this up, and I thought, well, what exactly is it? And I looked it up. I'm like, oh my God, it's me.
Oh.
I read that, and I'm like, I got that exactly me.
Oh,
So if you look up the definition, you'll know what I'm like too.
there you go. There you go.
Impatient. I want it done. I want it done now. I don't want to put
It's
anything
so
off.
funny when we talk about our
Yeah.
husbands. They're really so much alike in a lot of
They're
ways.
type B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why, like when we had the men here talking, that's why we've made it this far. I guess.
That's right. You got to have one to balance the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they do. And
well,
we do.
we balance.
We're both
we're
we're both alike, and they're both alike.
Yeah.
So we
It's
all got
funny.
along
I
well,
know.
right?
But the person I'm going to tell you that's retiring.
That's right.
Oh, you all love her so much. Joy Welch. And if you haven't read Applique for Kids, I feel like she transformed the machine embroidery whole, I mean, just everything, because people were selling them in giant packages, and she came out and she was selling small bits of things. And it's like, yes, I only want this. I only want this. And
Right.
she was so accommodating. Plus, her things were beautiful. Regina has
They
made
were.
millions of collars of her collars.
I have used all her designs. I mean,
Yeah.
so many of her designs, and I just absolutely love them. And anytime, even if I wanted one that she didn't have, and I just say, Joy, could you do this? And then the next day I had it done, and
Right.
and the little baby sandals.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I love making those little baby sandals. And I had gotten a design from somebody else, and it was so difficult, and the directions didn't make any sense. And I said, Joy, can you do this a different way and make this so people can understand it? And she did. And so if you've never made them, please go get her baby shoes.
But if you have ordered from her in the past and you need to download your things and save them, they have until when? The end of March?
The end of March, I think is what she said.
End of
And
March.
so just
So we're going to keep telling you that
go on
so that you
and
can
get them all downloaded, because after that they're not going to be there. And then
Because
you'll be
we have kits, and we have two kits of Regina that Regina has embroidered that we want to show you that you use her design. This is a collar kit.
And this is what I'm talking about that she did when I asked her, because she had made the collar, and I wanted a belt. And so she went back and she made the numbers that you could download, and so on to the ribbon. I use a Peter Sham ribbon.
Peter Sham ribbon.
And it works beautiful.
So we'll go to the overhead and show you what this is. And so this beautiful little collar, and then we have Petersham ribbon in this kit. I think it's a solid color. And then you can download the birthday number. This is the birthday celebration dress. The collar is adorable.
It's all in the hoop. It's
Yeah.
really easy to
Yeah.
do. And her instructions, if you follow her instructions, you can't mess it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're so good.
Yep, this is sweet. We used the collars, etc. bodice dress pattern, and made it sleeveless, a sleeveless version, and we have this pattern in stock. But man, that was
And
cute.
sometimes you might have questions on how that collar works, because I've had people message me to ask about it, and I don't mind if you ask.
Mm-hmm.
How do you make it fit on that dress? You know, you might have a size 1 dress, but you might need to make a 2 collar, and then you can move it up or down depending on how wide you want the collar, you know, how much fabric, how much room you have, and you just have to play with it. I mean, you can't be afraid of it. You know, you just got to get up there, and because you probably might have to cut out, you know, half an inch or so of that collar to make it fit onto whatever pattern you're using.
To make the
that's
neckline
okay.
bigger on it or
Yeah.
something like that. Mm-hmm.
But that
Yeah.
works, and so you can do it. But she has the overlays, the same thing.
Oh yeah, the overlays
They
are
just sew into
adorable.
the
And there's
shoulder
so many
seams,
options.
And then she's got a ton of them, you know.
They're holiday versions, like pumpkins and all kinds of things.
I think I got
Christmas.
maybe 15 that I have done
Oh,
or
wow,
more,
Regena.
and I still had
Wow.
more to do. And so it's like,
Man.
I love sewing them out because they're so pretty when they get done. This is another one that
This
is
is a sweet little collar. This is called Maddie Claire, and
If you've never done cut work, when we were talking about napkins, and you know a lot of times you buy cut work napkins, she has cut work designs, and practice on something small like this if you're afraid to jump out and mess up your big fabric.
Now this is not cut work on this collar, but this, and it's a little light here. I know it is, but this is so sweet with cute little stitching and little lavender flowers on here to go with this lavender batiste, and then there's Swiss beading, and then the ribbon. This number
so
35
pretty.
ribbon to run through here. It's beautiful.
And this is a really simple dress and design. I mean, it'd be easy, quick to make in a day, but comes out looking like you spent hours on it.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
mean, it really does.
So this we use Children's Corner Louise, and you know, because Louise is so quick. This is a wonderful little kit. So.
And she has the things for boys, the collars for boys,
yeah,
and
she's got
just
great
they're
things.
just great.
You
And
know
so-
what? Another thing she's done that I think is so neat. Over all these years that we've been having a shop, she has developed designs that go with the Fabric Finders prints.
Fabric binders. Yes.
Yeah.
So
So
you just
you
went
buy
on there and
their-
designed
Yeah,
the
and
little
of course
print.
they were thrilled. They weren't like protective of their little design because all that did is sell more of their
Sell
fabric.
more of their fabric.
People that work together like that,
It's
That's
perfect. I mean, that's how it ought to be, to make everything go together. You
that
know,
is wonderful.
if there was a little sailboats on there, she made sailboats, and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it looks like it's, you know, you think, oh, that came from a specialty shop when you see the collar that matches the fabric, you know, and it didn't. You did it
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
So what do we got here?
Well, we were talking about Jacquard fabric in our newsletter this week, and so I thought, well, you know, we always have a Thursday tidbit, and because we've been selling so much of woven stuff, thought maybe we'll just say, what is Jacquard? Well, of course, it's always more information than I ever dreamed, and yeah, it's the back side. So a Jacquard in a ribbon or a fabric, the design is actually woven in.
That's why I turned it over, just so
Yeah,
we could put the
'cause you
camera
can-
there and see.
Yeah, I will. Let's show them
Because
the back.
it's really neat when you see
The
how
back
it's done.
side, you can see that this is woven. Like, you can't use this side. If you were going to make a tie belt, you might want to sew a ribbon to the back of it and to tie it
Because
so
this,
they
you
can.
the threads, you can see the threads.
Yeah. So here's your design.
But these are beautiful. These are so pretty for spring.
So look at this pink.
The pink is gorgeous.
I mean, we can't see, can we?
Well,
we'll
guess
go
not.
a little bit like this so that we can
You can
see.
get the pink in there.
So this is celery, Fabric Finder celery, and I pulled this pink because we showed this little with the circles. We have kits out of this now
This is so pretty.
with the circles. And that is a design that's woven in. And it is interesting where the name Jacquard came from. The guy that invented the Jacquard loom, his last name is Jacquard.
Oh.
His name is Joseph Marie Jacquard. And he invented this loom that used punch cards to put the design in, and so it's kind of, I mean, eliminated so much manual labor.
Right.
And in the before 1804, when he invented that, he's from Lyons, France. Before that, it was all like manual. You had to change threads and all that. So really, only the people with a lot of money could afford to have things in Jacquards, and but he kind of made it available to the masses, and so I mean that's pretty neat. In reading about it this past week, they said it's kind of the precursor to computerized things because of the punch cards, and think, oh my goodness,
it just evolved and kept going forward.
Look at how the sewing world has affected everybody. I think it's so cool.
I do too. I think that's really neat.
Yeah, so I love these. We ordered this pink because back before Classic Sewing was going to close, before we didn't knew that, they were going to use this in a project.
Oh no.
So, but it's so beautiful. I don't mind having it. It looks good with pink. It looks great with linen.
And you also have that kind of the green in a piqué.
Yes, that would look good, and we didn't have that before, and so, this is so pretty.
I just love the pink and green.
Yeah,
so
I do too. And this, I like this one too. This could be good on, like you could make a towel, a tea towel that, fancy for your bathroom, and put a strip of ribbon across the bottom.
I just made 3 of those.
I
came across and I thought, okay, I got to have a gift or something. And so I just got the ribbons and I made a ruffle to match something in the ribbon and sewed them on the towels. They're all done on my dining room table waiting.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love to do that because that's a fast gift to make, and they're really useful, and ribbons are so pretty.
So let's talk about cloth napkins.
Well, the funny thing, I was just thinking too, because this friend of mine told me, we were talking about the hand towels and stuff and making them, and she said, when you put them in your bathroom, she said, do people use them? I said, yeah. She said, I always put them in the bathroom, but I have a box of those paper hand towels. And she said, not one person ever touches those because those are really nice, and they always use her nice hand towels.
Oh, they do?
And I was dying laughing. I was like, yeah. If I hung them in my bathroom, that's exactly, because I did that one time, and I had bought those nice hand towels in the paper thing. Nope, nobody used it. They used my towels to dry on, so I was like, okay, now you get the old ones, because you're not messing up my good ones.
I have, on Sundays, we have a big crowd over for dinner, and I do have some pretty towels hanging in the guest bathroom, but I put a stack of, like, terry cloth hand towels. I put a stack next to the sink, and so far I think I haven't seen anybody use the pretty ones hanging there.
Oh, that's good, because at my house they did.
Yeah.
It was like, that's
but
not
it's
for
okay, you can do it. It's like
why
what's it hanging there for,
I
right?
know, collecting dust.
Yeah.
It's like, no,
yeah,
just use the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like those really pretty soaps, you're like, oh, like Kristen, my daughter-in-law, makes some really beautiful soaps, and she's given me so many for gifts.
You don't want to mess
I don't
them
like
up.
to use. I don't like to use them.
I got those the rectangle ones.
Yeah.
And I have one in the shower, and so I use the bottom of it,
Oh.
so the top stays pretty.
I know.
It's like,
It's so pretty, but they last a long time. Finally, I'm like,
they do.
I've got to use this. I've got to use this. It's so crazy not to use her
And
soap.
she's going to come in my house and say, you never use that soap.
I know. I use her other stuff. Like, I buy her other things and use them, face cream and all that kind of stuff. But, yeah. But I know. Haven't used the soap. Terrible. Let's talk about fancy bands.
Oh, yeah.
Want to do that? We got a few
this
minutes.
is a fancy thing here.
So Jane Seeley, a good friend of ours, and she does heirloom sewing all the time. And she made us a selection of fancy bands. And so for people who don't know that term, a fancy band is the rows and rows of different types of lace. Yeah, that you sew around the bottom of a dress, maybe up from the hem a few inches or whatever. And they call that a fancy band. And so she made us some because people sometimes are so afraid to mix laces, and they think, well, I can't put this because the color is not exactly the same, or this is a French lace and this is a Cluny and this is a, this is a Swiss. And she made some that you're like, you would not be offended at any of this mix.
No.
At all. We'll hold it up maybe for we'll flip it around. Oh, this would be the hem.
Yeah, this is the
This
bottom.
is the hem of a dress right here. This is the hem.
This part on the bottom, yeah.
Yeah, this is the hem.
And this is where it attaches with the entree.
It's beautiful.
These laces are absolutely gorgeous.
I know.
Oh.
And so she used, like, this is...
That's white.
Yeah, this is white.
There's a white mixed in with the ecru, but it all blends
It
perfectly
all blends.
together.
It looks fabulous. And so don't be afraid to try it. And here's a heavier Cluny. And then this is a super lightweight Cluny in white. And then entree. Well, actually,
I think that's part.
That's part of that Cluny. Yeah, I can see it because I can see it right here. And then this is a bigger entree right between the insertion and the edging. So that is a beautiful.
This is a beautiful
fancy
piece.
band.
They're all beautiful.
All right, we got a couple of washing questions.
Okay.
Not for that in particular.
Okay, all right.
But, Cross-eyed Cricket wants to know: do you pre-wash the ribbon before you put it on the towel?
Oh.
I didn't.
And then Mary Powell wants to know: does Jacquard shrink when washed? Jacquard. Sorry.
It depends on what it's made out of. I guess it depends on the fiber content.
Michelle, you better get that right.
Sorry.
What you meant.
At Jacquard.
Jacquard?
Jacquard.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Jacquard.
The Jacquard. The
Sorry.
I
Jacquard.
would think Jacquard is better because
Sounds
it's
like a
French.
southern insult.
I think I say it that way in my head so I know how to spell it.
Yeah. I don't know. We can't ask
I
Joseph
haven't
Marie how
washed it.
he pronounces his last
But
name.
I don't wash ribbons that I put on mine first.
Because guess what? They might never wash theirs.
Yeah.
So we don't need to worry about it. You give it as a gift, and it's like, oh well.
They'll
Too
think
bad,
it's
so
so
sad.
special like everybody else.
Them.
Yeah. It's so special. You're not going to touch my towel, so they don't have to wash
Never
it.
needs washing.
I
Just
don't
look at
have an answer. But if it's polyester, I think these are polyester. They're not going to shrink. And I have used polyester Jacquard. I really don't know.
Jacquard.
Jacquard.
I like Jacquard.
I've used
It sounds
on very, very fine burp pads. Don't you have a fine burp pad?
Yeah.
And I've used a piece of ribbon across the bottom of a burp pad. That's a cute little design. That's a woven Jacquard design.
That's what happens when your grandmother is a shop owner with lots of fine things in it. At 2 years old, you wear silk nightgowns.
Yeah, that's
when
right.
you're 4 months old, you burp on Jacquard. It's like,
That's true. It's like, let's use some good stuff. Let's use some good stuff. Yeah.
I remember that when Sally told me that one time I was buying lace and I was like, no, I don't want it really expensive. She's like, why not? She said, you get the good stuff. And after that, I was like, okay, I want the good stuff.
Right. No kidding. But if they get used to that good stuff, they're gonna want it, and you're like, oh yeah. But that's okay, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When they get older and they earn their own money and they
That's
can pay
right. They
for
can
it
buy
themselves.
all that good stuff themselves.
Yeah. Now this has a lot of different shades of ecru.
Yeah.
Probably hard to tell on this blue on the overhead, but
1, 2, 3, 4.
I love this whole
That
set
makes-
came
this
in.
is-
That is one piece that looks like
Yeah.
3 pieces sewn together. I love that set. So here it is again. So they start here in the center is a beading, and probably a lot of times you wouldn't even put
don't put ribbon through it.
It would just be part of the.
I wonder if you have half a piece of white, so you could do like a half and half
Oh,
to show them.
I do underneath here. I can do this.
Or that paper
Or-
maybe would be whiter. Turn out that over there.
What about this?
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
Then you can see
What
this
about
much better.
this?
Yeah, that helps. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is pretty dark. This is one
Mhm.
of the darker, and the older ecru, or ecru, as some people would say, the older ecru, I don't say it that way, but laces were darker. They were darker, and so
Yeah, I remember one time we
Remember?
were doing kits for a class and we ran out of what we had and we ordered again and it was way lighter than what we already
Yeah.
had. So yeah,
Yeah,
they
the-
were darker.
they were. I'm gonna do this so that Instagram can see, can get a little gander on here. So on this, there are some flowers here, here, and here, but this is just a geometric.
Geometric, uh-huh.
So she mixes geometric and
Oh, yeah.
flowers and different shades, and
So if
nobody
you're going
ever.
through your lace bucket,
Yeah, yeah, right.
you can sew any of them together
Right.
and they're going to look beautiful and people are going to
That's
think that's
true.
exactly the way they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know.
That's right.
We had a customer call today, and it was an assortment of French laces and Swiss
Mhm.
Mhm.
cotton.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
Beautiful.
It
Yeah.
was, and then using it with a lawn, a light blue lawn.
Was that what was on the counter?
Yes.
Oh,
Wasn't that
I was
gorgeous?
going to ask about who's
Yes,
making
yes.
something out of this.
We're gonna
'cause
have
it
to
is
take a picture of it.
gorgeous.
It's really gorgeous.
It was pretty.
So a lot. I mean, most of the time, I would tell people you can figure it's 2.5 yards around the bottom of a skirt,
Mhm.
because back in the day, fabric was 45 inches wide,
Right.
and they maybe make 45 in the front and 45 in the back,
Mhm.
and so that's 2.5 yards. So every time you go around, that's 2.5 yards of whatever it is you're using. So it helps you figure out with your math. But don't multiply it times the money, because then you'll be sad.
No, 'cause there's 9 rows of this on here.
And then if you make it out of Moline, you'll really be sad. I mean, isn't it, it's crazy
But that's
how.
the good stuff. So if
Yeah,
you
it
want
is.
good,
And
Moline.
this right here, we'll go. This is the one I say. This is the closest to Moline without being Moline. This is a French lace that is absolutely beautiful. I love this set, and but it's a French lace. Do I have this on backwards, upside down? Probably, yeah. And it comes with a wide edging. It comes with different insertions. Comes with maybe a 5/8 inch edging. It's really beautiful, and it is a very nice quality.
and these fancy bands are all for sale. So if you want to get one without sewing it,
Oh.
you better hurry. Because Easter's coming up, and these would be beautiful.
We haven't put them online yet, though.
No, well,
Jane made these for me a
Get
long
in
time ago, and
line.
she's like, "You need to sell these, Sally." And I was like, "Oh, I just have a hard time doing that."
yeah.
This is a pretty set. Wait till you see this. Now this one's 62 inches long, so that's not as long, but you could put it on a baby gown or a,
Christening gown,
yeah,
maybe?
yeah, maybe that wasn't real full.
Uh-huh.
Oh
I
my
had a
goodness.
question.
Yeah.
What's the main difference between Moline lace and French lace?
Moline is a French lace, but it's just the highest end with the finest thread, and the designs are, I don't know, they're almost 3-dimensional sometimes. They're just
It's just woven really fine.
yeah, it's very, very fine, very fine. And if you held them up next to each other, you could see it. Now this one coming. Wait, what is this?
Did you just take the?
Oh. This is Moline down here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go this way. So this is the bottom. This would be the bottom of a garment. So they gotta look at it this way. So there's Moline lace in this one. Let me show you this. This is Moline down here. This is a Moline. This is a French lace. A French Val lace. Valencian, I think. This is a French. Or this could be an English lace, but this is a French val lace. This lace, this has been popular for a long time. Did you ever hear it called the ladder lace?
Mm-mm.
We used to call it the ladder lace because there's this little curvy thing
Like you're climbing a ladder.
that looked like a ladder. Yeah, called it the ladder
This
lace.
one's beautiful.
Yeah,
this one is
this
so
one goes with
delicate.
this.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, look at that.
Those two are in the same set.
Yeah, that.
And you can see here, and let's let them on the overhead, but I'm talk about it with Instagram, that there's no entredot between each one of these rows. This little Swiss beading has an entredot on it, but she did not put entredot. This is just like
Lace to lace.
lace to lace to lace to lace. Yeah.
Do you know the number of the lace, which is close to Moline lace?
No, but it's 14 dash something. It's in our bin 14. Pretty sure it's 14. But we can definitely give you a link to that. There's some beautiful. Well, actually, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I think Jane wrote the numbers on these. So that one is, oh, would you know, I have one with no numbers written down. Can you believe that? Oh. That's terrible. Okay, if I come to another one with some of that, I'll tell you. Is it 14? I feel like it's in 14, but it's delicate and beautiful. Okay, this one has a ruffled French lace at the bottom. This is pretty. This is the gooseneck style.
Is that on those cards? What?
Not this one,
No.
because it's like everything else has the number with it. But look at here.
Oh,
So this, oh, this is pretty cool how she did this. All right. So I'm going to let that be facing you, and I'll put this, hold it up for Instagram. So this has all shades of ecru and ivory. And here is a Swiss insertion. The Swiss insertion here. But look at here. This is a narrow edging sewn to a wide
It
edging
is,
to make
to
this
make the ruffle,
to make the ruffle wider.
make it longer.
Somebody wants to see that.
What?
The linen.
Oh, the dandelion linen? Oh, okay. Anyway, a lot of times you can't find, let's see, they can see it here. A lot of times you can't find a ruffle in your set this wide. So she sewed a narrow, like a 5/8 inch, just sewed it to the top of the, look, it's just sewn straight stitch. Either zigzag or straight, I don't know. To the top of the wide edging, and then gathered it up at the top of the double. So that's pretty. It just gives it another dimension, and it makes the
it might be like
it makes
2
the
1/4, 2 1/8 wide.
yeah, it makes the
instead of
edging wider. Yeah,
1 inch
yeah,
or so.
yeah.
Mhm.
So you can do all kinds of things with this.
Susan said add it to the bottom of a prairie skirt.
Very pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty. It'd be a pretty sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it'd be a pretty baby bonnet. Would that not be a
No.
pretty baby bonnet? Look at this.
Well, that's what we use a lot. Is when you make your fancy band and you make it longer,
oh.
then you just cut off what you need for.
I mean, this is ready
whatever's left is
to
you
be
make
a baby
bonnet.
bonnet.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, that's so sweet.
I love baby bonnets.
Yeah, no
Everybody knows I like to
kidding.
make baby bonnets.
That and this goes with this.
Yeah.
And then this is very different because it's an organdy edging. And some of this organdy we can't even get anymore. Oh man, so many things we can't get anymore in the heirloom world. So many. Did you find that lace? Did you find it? Okay. Was it 14?
Yep, they're 14L and then
Okay.
20, 23, 25, 26.
Look at this one, how
Look at
beautiful.
this.
Oh. And
I
this
mean-
on its own makes a beautiful bonnet. 'Cause
Oh,
I've used that for a
yes,
bonnet before.
right.
Yeah.
This is gorgeous. So the bottom ruffle is organdy, Swiss organdy. That's embroidered. It's white embroidery and white organdy embroidered in ecru.
So you
The
can see
beading,
if this was
the
gathered,
same thing,
you'd
right?
see.
Yeah. The beading is also organdy.
Mhm.
But this insertion is Swiss cotton with ecru embroidery, Lily of the Valley. And then this is a wide Clooney that we have.
Mhm.
And that's not a real expensive Clooney, but doesn't that just
But
bring it all
goes
together?
I mean,
Yeah.
it just flows.
Brings it all
beautiful.
together.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll go
Yeah.
overhead and show you this. Show you this. We'll flip it around this way so you can see it right side up. I know
How
that's
beautiful
that's
this
beautiful.
is. Oh,
This Clooney is like the same ecru as the
the flowers.
flowers.
Mhm. It matches
Yeah,
beautiful.
and then this one does have ecru ribbon threaded through it.
Mhm.
Sally, what was something that you said looked like 3 laces sewed together? They're wanting that.
Oh,
That
that
other one that we
one
put over there.
is.
Is it that one?
I'm sorry, I didn't see it. I just want to see if I can find it.
Yeah, it's trying to think which that one might be in 55. I don't know. Let me show you. What
Yeah,
that one
that's
looks like.
fun because it's already all sewn together.
Their whole set has
Yeah.
different ones like their edgings and stuff.
I use that on the bottom of a gown, day gown, and it so
Yeah,
easy
I
because you
see
only
it.
sew one time.
Is it 55?
55,
Yeah.
2133.
Because let me go to the overhead so you can see it. Because they have several laces in that set that look like more than one lace sewn together. There's a nice wide one too that has a lot of that crisscrossy stuff,
Right, yeah.
and then just the flowers at the bottom, like that.
Yeah, those are really pretty.
I loved it when this came in. I remember the first time it came in. Jeannie Baumeister was here teaching a class, and she was like, "Oh man, that's beautiful." And I thought, "I know. I just ordered the whole set." And it's been a good set. So that's pretty. That's pretty. Was this with this? Was this with? Boy, I don't even know what that was. Oh, that goes with
That
organdy.
goes with this
That goes
one.
with organdy. All right, you guys. We have any more questions? Any other questions?
Anything else?
We went the gamut today, Regina.
We did. We had a lot of pretty things
We
here.
have spray starch to fancy bands.
Susan said they are breathtaking. A baby bonnet would be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And
And the sleeve on a christening gown would be beautiful.
Yeah, that
out
would
of
be
out of
pretty.
this. Mhm.
That would be pretty. So, Regina,
embroidery though, Andrea said previously that she used the ice cream design from Joy Welch to match the Fabric Founder's ice cream print.
oh,
Perfect.
that would be
See,
so perfect.
That would be so cute for a party dress.
Good
Yes.
idea for the
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a perfect idea. Yeah. Well, if you haven't looked at Joy's website, it's Applique Kids or Applique for Kids. Which
It's
one?
Applique Kids, and I've got a link.
Yeah, and we've got a link. Go there now and save as many as you can get, and you will not be disappointed. I
No.
mean, you will not be. It's going to be wonderful, and we'll talk about it again so that
And
they
it'd be
can.
real sad if you don't in the future have them and you
That's
really
right.
wish you did.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, because we've talked about Jacquards, and
I'm never
napkins.
gonna live that down now.
Yeah.
Listen, people
That's
say it
Michelle's
both ways.
Jacquard.
They say it both ways, Michelle. Don't worry about that.
Poor Michelle's over there
I
going,
told
oh
the
no.
girls that when I went up there, I was like, I can't believe I think I'm tired, and I just said that.
Oh, somebody wanted to see the dandelion
They
linen.
did.
Okay, this linen is so cute,
Oh,
and we have it on sale.
Whoa, that's
Man,
even better.
it's really lightweight and like meshy kind of. And thought this would make really pretty curtains. I think really pretty. Doesn't it look like
when this came in,
dandelions?
that's what I told you to make curtains
I
for
know,
your
I
room.
know, and you did, and
did.
I haven't done it. And then I thought,
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Long to the floor.
yeah, real
Yes.
flowy.
Oh.
It's airy. They're gorgeous.
I told her to make them by the doors that go out to her pool. It
I
was,
know.
Like, so pretty.
And guess what? I didn't do it. I did not do it. But this
Could we
is
not believe
beautiful.
that?
Yeah, I can't believe that.
Yeah.
So here's a flower right here. And it's tone on tone. And when I hold it up there, it looks like boobs.
Well, they're in the wrong place.
I don't know. Give it a few more years. They might be in the right spot.
Oh, yeah. Yep, right
Mike can
down
put 'em
here.
there now.
We won't do that on camera.
No, we might be in trouble. We might get banned from this.
Oh, yeah, we might. Anyway,
What is going on with this?
you want dandelion boobs hanging in your house? These would be perfect.
I bet if she ever made those curtains, that's
Make
all
you a
she'd
little
think about.
Yeah,
Little nightgown.
make a nightgown.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we had to have one good laugh before we
That's
left
right.
today. We've got ball games to go to, and Lila's in a region tournament, and I can't wait to go
Yeah,
see
that's
that.
gonna be a good one.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good one. So we have two, on our giveaway, two 2-yard pieces of a damask. So damask is a type of jacquard, although sometimes they might not call it a jacquard, but a damask, interesting, that has like the shiny threads. You can see the design on one side and the matte on the other side. And then you flip it over, and whatever was matte on the top side is going to be shining on the back side. But you can use them reversible.
So if you use your napkin at lunch, you're going to turn it over and use it at dinner.
That's right. Unless you slobber all the way through it.
Just don't serve anything red.
I
gravy,
know.
or
That's
anything,
right.
you know.
That's right.
You can,
But anyway, thank you for all your responses. It was great. And Regina said her favorite size napkin. We had, these are all the sizes people like. 12-inch square, 14, 16, 18, and 20. And also fat quarters. People use fat quarters to make napkins. But what's your favorite? 16 or 18? Or 14, 14 or 16. 14 or 16. Yep. 20 by 20 you can use on your kid because you can cover their whole body. Because they'll probably need it.
I'll tell you the funniest thing about a napkin. My husband used to go out to lunch, and he always put the napkin, tuck it like in his pants, you know, and with a suit coat around.
Oh.
Well, when he left the restaurant, he was wearing that napkin.
Did they stop
That
him
night,
and say,
no,
give us,
and that night he came home and he's like, let me tell you what I did with this today.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, I hate to think about it. And then he told me, so I ended up with one napkin.
Yeah.
You know, it was navy blue and it matched his navy blue pants. So he didn't think one thing about it being on
They
there.
didn't say,
you know.
sir,
Yeah,
sir,
no,
don't steal
so
don't steal
he
our
was dressed
napkin.
kind of like a Indian Native
Yeah.
American with a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
loincloth.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. That's
Yeah, so you can make yourself some napkins. When
There
you
you
get
go.
This. Yeah,
funny. And when you get old and forgetful, you can leave them tucked in your neck and tucked in your skirt.
that's right.
All right, let's see who the winner is, Regina. You want to pull somebody
Okay.
out here?
Let's get over here and get one of these. Let's see who we got. Pat Castellano. My sister loves cloth napkins, so I make them for her. It's a good opportunity to use my embroidery module. Thanks for the giveaway.
All right.
Well, congratulations, Pat.
Yeah,
Hope you
thank
enjoy.
you. And thanks for joining us. Thank you, Regina. It was good
Yeah.
to have you back.
I'm
it was
glad
great.
to be back.
Yeah,
It was fun.
great. All right, we'll talk to you later.